if you look at this, if we know in Olympiads and team events, Kelvin, invariably we are a team, but we are sports people and we all have individual goals and ambition. Chess, nonsense, and analysis.
Yes, Watu, here we are again. What are we discussing today?
Today, we're discussing, the Olympiad and the lead up to the Olympiad, and a number of things. And for me, there were a number of things that definitely have to be discussed. And so let's put it out there to the public, and let's hear what their views are.
Yeah, no, it's always a hot topic, of course, Olympiad and the build-up and everything. We've had our discussions before, and it's that time again. As people have, if you've been watching the previous streams, I was at the Olympiad physically for a few days. Actually, a few days before the Olympiad, I traveled with my wife, Klaasen, and so I kind of left when the tournament started, and I popped in again just halfway through. And
how was the mood?
The mood was pretty nice, actually. I think it was pretty nice. Everybody was looking relatively happy, and I think the team spirits were there, and there were coaches, of course, and the team captains. I think the ladies' team captain was Anzel. I think Anzel is an experienced campaigner. She was there. And in the men's section, the team captain was actually a grandmaster, right? Please, apologies now for not giving the name, but I can actually double check now for you. But yes. So in general, I think it was a good experience. Yeah. So that's that. I think being there, I thought it was a good experience. So what's on your mind, Watu?
No, well, I'm happy that the team gelled, and I don't have any issues with the team. I think team played very well. Young team. Brilliant, good for the future. I just have a few issues on the side of the organizational side of things.
Okay.
Look, I want to say this from the get-go. I have been in chess. I mean, from the age of 4, I've played chess up to now, and I've played I don't know how many Olympiads. And throughout my life in chess, there will be people that will come in and people that come out. And some of the people, you agree with some of the things, but by the way, I mean, as a chess player, I am never 100% happy with any office. Because of course we want more all the time. Yeah, we want things to be done more. We want to see the sport of chess grow. But I have seen many people come in and out, and and we've been like some of the people that have been there for a long time, and I think we'll be here in chess as long as we breathe. We'll be always involved in one capacity or the other. So the first thing for me is that it was actually it set a precedence, which for me is unfortunate. For the first time ever, we had an Olympiad where the players had to pay for themselves. Now, one can come with any circumstances. This was the situation, but the point of the matter is that we have to also be sensitive of the country we're in and the history we are from. And our country is not yet hasn't sorted itself out. We're on the process. Well, I don't even know if we've started, but we should at least be trying to sort the country out. I'm talking even outside chess. And we are far from that. We haven't even started on the right steps, let's put it that way, as a country to sort ourselves out, to sort out the mess that has been in the past and everything. So being that as it is, I feel that whoever comes into chess South Africa has to be, because this is a national body, you have to be at least sensitive to the conditions in South Africa.
Yeah.
And under no circumstances should we have a situation where in order to represent your country, you have to pay to get there. That for me is that point. That point is that's why I draw the line. Because when you say that, there's a number of information or things that you are sending out there. Number one, you are saying, look, we are looking at only those that can afford. Only those that can afford are of interest to us. If you cannot afford, step aside. We are going to organize events on a youth level that will require you to spend a lot of money to go to these events, to represent your country. So we're talking talent. If you are to represent your country, you have to be talented enough. You have to be strong enough. We're talking talent. So you are excluding the talent right there. You are saying, I don't care about talent. I'm all about the money bags. Are your pockets deep enough? If your pockets are not deep enough, step aside. And I'm saying, I don't want to see that, because we are saying you have to pay an arm and a leg to play in the junior events, to qualify, to represent your country. And even in the junior events, when you represent your country, you have to pay to play. Number two, we are saying in the essay closed that you qualify for a tournament that will let you qualify for the Olympiad, right? Before, Kelvin, there used to be a stipend that was created.
You're referring to the seniors now, right?
Seniors, where if the tournament is away from you, those that are in that town or in that region will not get the stipend because they can drive, they stay in their homes. But those that have to fly in, drive in, they get a stipend, a certain stipend, so that you lessen the blow that is there. Then number two, of course, there should be prize money in the SA clause to make it competitive. It's the highest, it's the strongest tournament in the country. I'm talking about men, women, everything. So now no prize money. And then on top of it all, even after you've qualified, you still have to pay. Let me put it this way. If it was that way, Kelvin, I am saying I would not have played 12 Olympiads. Had I grown up, I didn't grow up in an environment that was conducive for chess at all. There was never support. However, those basics at least were there. Yeah. Had they not been there, I myself personally, on a personal level, would never have been able to play as many Olympiads as I played. So I am saying we are setting a precedent. And this precedent is very dangerous because the next person who comes in, they also don't have to.
So, if I might just cut in here, Watu, so sure. I hear you. And so my thinking is just now, is this that you are saying is being set as a precedent, is it not perhaps a once-off? Or because of the scenario that we've been in, we know this is not a usual scenario. We've been in, let's call it lockdown when it comes to Chess South Africa for the past almost decade. So this change that we went through few months before the close started, or I don't know when even after the close, we were still not officially in there, right? We were some elect expo, whatever the case is. Is that an excuse? Should the new CHESSA have had better planning to get funds? Should they have attempted, or is it practical to say that they can still collect funds for the team, or is that not happening, or what should the new CHESSA have done to make this happen, or how can we prevent this from happening again? Because clearly, of course, myself as well, when I started playing chess and I heard about the Olympiad, that's the main thing that spurs you on, like all the junior events, everything. If you just make colors, you have to still play and so on. But I knew at the Olympiad level, seniors, I knew that you just need to play good chess. So this was, of course, a shocker to me. But in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, how much does it have to do with this transition that we went through, this radical transition? Could we have avoided that happened?
Yeah, as I say, I've been involved in chess for more than 40 years. You see, there was a moment when when South Africa was first introduced. I'm answering the question. When South Africa was first introduced to international events, there was a clause that said that in the junior events, they had to have certain number of quota players. And these quota players, because of course they would be from the previously disadvantaged communities, there wouldn't be any money, of course, because of the historic situation that we've had. Then what was happening was that South Africa was forced to have a certain number of players, and they had to find the money, and they did find the money to fund these other players. As simple as that.
How much time did they have to find the money, though? That's the question.
No. Well, okay, I'm answering the question of when you are saying, is it a once-off? I'm still going there. Okay. So I'm just I'm highlighting some important points that I feel are there. So what actually happened is that was done, but it was only done, and everyone was only looking at when does this lapse. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Everyone involved, they could raise the money. I don't care how much money how much time they had. I don't care about the means. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. My argument is that they could raise the money. And it did produce players. I mean, if you hear just even one of our top players, International Master Mabusela, says that if this had not been there, he would not have been a strong player, as an example. So what I'm trying to say is that the eyes were all on when is this lapse. As soon as it lapsed, it was stopped. Now, I am saying that should not have been the case.
You were lagging a bit over there, Watu.
Sorry.
We hear you, but there we go. We hear you, but we couldn't see you. We've been hearing you, but okay, you may continue.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that that should not have been the case, because we should have understood, okay, this actually is a way of developing chess in general. Then there was no reason not to say, let's keep it. Let's get our players who can qualify, but let's grow the sport. Let's look at other communities. We can start looking at this. We can start looking at female players. We can start looking at this, but let's create this. Let's get more. I'm not saying, so what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to show you that there was a way to get money, to get those people funded. Okay,
for sure. Doesn't matter what the timeline is. I give you 1 month, you can produce it. I take away your accounts, CHESSA accounts. I take everything away from you. You have debt. You must still be able to produce the money either way, even though you just... Okay.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that, look, I mean, Chess South Africa right now, they knew that the Olympiad was coming. That's why they organized the closed.
But it was a good 6 or 7 months, right? Between the closed and the... Okay.
Enough time.
Yeah.
Now let's now go to the issue of that will be my second point, but I just want to touch upon it very quickly. I don't know, because I'm not PV too close. I'm not in CHESSA or in any committee. So it's rumors now, but there's a rumor that the coach of the team was paid for by one of the parents.
Okay.
Now, I am saying that in a community where you have people who are privileged enough to have some funds, you could even have gone to those people. I'm not saying the same people, but I'm saying to the community. I'm not talking about that particular individual. I'm talking about the community. We have a community in chess South Africa. We have a community that loves to see South Africa do well in chess. That's the community we have, right?
Yeah.
Either they play or their kids are playing, but it's not necessarily about my kid is this. General, that community would love to see chess do well.
Yeah.
Right? I think we're all on the same page on that one. So you could have even gone and made a plan just to knock on those doors. You could have, I mean, you can make a survey and check, okay, who do we have in our community who's in top management positions? Who are CEOs of certain companies? Who are, you can look at this. There are forms that are being filled, I mean, and stuff. You can even do it on your own internally. And then afterwards, once you've identified those people, you then privately call them and plead with them, make a meeting and have 20, 30 of them coming in and talk to them and whatever. I'm saying that we are living in an environment where that something like this is possible. I'm not necessarily saying in such a way, but I'm saying that it's possible. So what I'm looking at, Kelvin, for me, what is important, I'm not attacking anybody. If someone feels attacked, they should feel attacked. You know, there's a saying that says if you've got a group of dogs and you throw a stone, the one that will bark is the one who the brick will hit. That will be the dog that will bark.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm saying this, whoever feels, like he's being attacked, well, the stone is hit. But what I'm trying to say here is that, look, I have seen people come in and go from chess. Parents come in for a few years, go out and so on. I don't want, Kelvin, to see a situation where we make this type of precedents. Because when later on, maybe not the next office, maybe 2, 3 offices down the line, we will have somebody who's going to be sinister and say, look, wait a second. This guy, that guy, they can make the team. Or that guy can be very strong. But the same guys cannot afford. I'm just making an example. And they can say, in order to exclude them, I just simply have to make it a money issue. I'm painting a picture. I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it can be abused. If we allow it, it can be abused. Because we are not talking talent. We're talking money bags. We're talking how big your pocket is. And I have a problem with that. Because then that person will say, let's not look for sponsorship. Let's not apply to government. Let's do nothing. Let's wait till the last moment, and let's say there's no money for the essay closed. Those that don't have money will stay away. And our guys will come in. They have money. And then in the team, we will say, well, those that can pay must please pay. Our guys will pay. And do you understand? You can manipulate it. But if you are doing the same we've been doing, raise the money, raise hell, go camp at the government door. Go knock at some doors. We've got people who are in top government positions who love chess. Go talk to them. Say, what would your department require? Should our team go out and go to what programs do you have? Can we support those programs? Can we make photo ops, please? Can our team for 3, 4 go to this area and that area and take pictures and this and wear this dress from your government, from your department? This, do you understand? You can bend over backwards if you want. And I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. So that I have a problem with. And I'm not taking the answer that we don't have control of the funds. I'm not taking the answer. I'm not taking that answer. I'm not. Okay. And then so I don't know what your views are on that one, because I've got another one that I have a problem with that I want to address.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense what you were saying. Of course, it's not a foolproof system, or unless you claim that it is close to, it can never be 100%. But I mean, if you basically saying whoever is in the executive positions need to produce the funds. That's mandatory, right? It doesn't matter what state the chess community or country is in. So that, and of course, I don't think there's any official statements out there of who did actually produce the grandmaster at the event. So that's left, I think, maybe for CHESSA to clarify if they want to or would do that.
That's the second one I wanted to jump in, by the way. Sorry,
but
if I may.
What I can just say about that is we know that, of course, coaching or having someone professional at this type of event is expensive. So I can only imagine if you would compare that, for instance. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to employ someone like that and not have prize money at the SA closed. I would say the first one would come first. And secondly, frankly, if you had to ask me if I'm at the Olympiad team, we don't need a grandmaster coach there. I mean, the seniors, the men's team can take care of themselves to a certain degree. If it gets to that point where we can't afford it at all, right? So there's a lot of questions, a lot of things that is not clear to me. But I do see your point, Watu. I do see to me personally, I just hope that this was like a once-off type of. We had to just take the shock from changing to the new expo, and hopefully, or executive, hopefully they will stabilize and get it right next time, of course. Yeah. So you were saying you had more on your mind.
Yeah, I do. And the second point I have is exactly concerning those rumors, and I feel that it's being absolutely slack as an organization. There's no other way that I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. The point is, you cannot have a parent whose child is paying for the coach. You cannot have that. You can have maybe somebody sponsoring and saying, I'm sponsoring this, but I will not be involved in any capacity, right? And you could have that. It's not an ideal situation still. If a sponsor of that is linked to the team as a player, it's not ideal. But as a compromise, as an absolute compromise, you could have that and someone say, okay, I'm just going to sponsor. But my point here is that, as I say, there is nothing official, so it's rumors. But the rumors that I've heard is that one of the parents of the player playing, I'm not attacking them in any form, by the way. They've done an excellent job. Thank you for giving us the funds, or not us, but allowing the players to have a coach. My problem is not with the parent. No, the parent did nothing wrong. The parent probably offered or was approached, doesn't matter, and they complied. Thank you, I say to them. I don't have problems. I don't have any issue with the parent. I have each and every issue with the office. The office is slack. If you are occupying an office as a CHESSA head or whatever, and you cannot see a conflict in this, you are not fit to hold that office. You're not fit. You should walk. Because if you look at this, if we know in Olympiads and team events, Calvin, invariably we are a team, but we are sports people and we all have individual goals and ambition. In soccer, Kelvin, when someone is taken out, they rant, they sometimes kick the bottle, and they do whatever it takes because they want to be in the field. They want to play, right? In team events, I've been involved in team, talk about now as a team. All the time, some have been ugly, some have been amicable. But we've always had, what do we call it, team discussions, including the captain. Who's going to play next? There's a lot at stake. Sometimes there are players, in some instances, some players were chasing norms, and some players wanted to play. Some players didn't want to play a specific event against a specific team because their rating would have gone down. You understand? So you've got all those dynamics. Players want to play. Players don't want to play against this guy, or rather this team. And then you've got the dynamic of the team, what the team needs. The team is always chasing something. First in Africa, category prize, whatever. And the captain would put that pressure on the team and say, I feel we need 8, But either way, we come out of that meeting many times, not all the time. I'm talking about when in critical areas, somebody's unhappy. Sometimes 2 or 3 are unhappy. Sometimes a number of people are unhappy. I know this for a fact. I know it for a fact to be true. That is why you cannot allow a player in there to have that influence to the coach. It's ridiculous and it's unfair, and you don't know what you're doing. Because in any given situation, when that situation comes, what do you expect the coach to do? At the back of their mind, of course, Cameron, you don't even have to answer. At the back of their mind, the coach knows, I am here because of APC. And the coach, in those 50-50 moments, will go to the side of that player. Or 60-40 moments will go to the side of that player. But be that as it may, all I'm saying is that I feel that is not for me, this new office has already been doing a number of strange things.
Look, it sounds like sorry, Watu, for cutting you there. It sounds like an unhealthy situation, right? If that is the case, I would just put caution in to say that, I mean, it's very dangerous to hang on to rumors. I would think that first we need to get some clarity on that, because if it's not the case, then it's I don't know. I don't see how it's possible, but yeah, I don't know how we would get to the truth on this one.
Look, Kelvin, what you're saying is absolutely right. As I say, I'm specifically saying it's rumors. It's possible that CHESSA Africa paid for the coach. I don't know. But I'm saying it's highly unlikely. These are people who didn't have money for the closed. And, right. Yeah, they don't have money for the closed. They don't have access to their accounts, and they don't have money for everyone has to pay for themselves to get there. So
could it have been a last-minute campaign?
Maybe they won they won the lotto. They played the lotto collectively as CHESSA South Africa, and they won the lotto.
Possible.
I don't know. And then but be that as it may, all I'm saying is that from where I'm sitting, CHESSA Africa needs to answer. Maybe not to me, but definitely to the public. And I am saying that such a situation is unhealthy. And I'm saying that there are too many red flags that we see from this new board. Red flags all over the place, and I'm worried. Let me put it that way. I'm a little bit worried. And but as you say, I'm slightly on the side of caution. I'm not going to toy and come up with a placard that CHESSA must go. But if they are, yeah.
No, I wanted to ask you actually if you had to. I know it's an unfair question to ask. This is more posed in more of a chest way.
Go ahead.
So if you had to compare now this situation to our previous executive, are you choosing a lesser evil here, or What are you trying to say here? Because you're painting a picture that we're just seeing red at the moment. So are we going deeper? Are we out, but we need to just recalibrate things, or what
Okay.
what is your feeling here? Are we completely out of it? Do we need
Okay.
to? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I like what you're saying. Look, with the previous thing, we knew what we're up against. Well, I knew what I was up against, and it was never sugar-coated. It was clear. It was, here it is. Here's my stance. Here's how we operate. And when situations are like that, you have something to fight for, or rather, not for, maybe fight against. You have a principle you don't like, and you're fighting against this principle.
Yeah.
And for me, that is why, for example, I went into the camp of Mr. Mahumule to fight against that, because it was just simply clear things that I had to fight against.
Yeah.
At a personal level.
Yeah.
Now with this committee, it's good that you asked that question, because they seem to be doing two things, and I'm scared of such people. There are people in public, they say one thing, but all their actions are contrary to what they are saying. When they write on Facebook and everything, they always talk about chess for everyone. Oh, chess is for everyone. We're taking chess to everyone. Where? Stop lying. You're not taking chess for everyone. You are not providing prize money for top players in events. You are forcing players to pay for their way to events. Come on. Where are you taking chess to everyone? You're not. Stop saying that. You are lying. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, in terms of the two, who do I choose? Do you know who I choose? I choose the previous.
Oof. Okay.
Yes, I choose the previous. I choose the previous because the previous is there, and the previous it requires action from you. No? If the previous says and you have to go against them, I choose that than those who have an agenda maybe or whatever, and they only smile in your face, but they are doing things the contrary. I don't like that. That is why that's why I asked you specifically to say, let's make this broadcast. So I take my points of view out there. When I'm happy about something that is close to heart, like for example, what has happened, I think it should be shared. It should be shared. And I prefer that. I prefer that. Why should we all be cowards and hide? Hiding for what? Let's play open cards. Let's say what we want. Let's say what we're about. Let's say what we like, what we don't like. Let's not hide. And
Yeah. Okay. No. Thanks for that one. Actually, if you had to ask me, I point blank choose the new. I was dying as a chess player in the previous one, so I don't think that we are in a good state at the moment. I still have the mindset, Watu, that if you go through a revolution, you need to rebuild, right? Maybe you don't get the rebuilding phase correct or whatever. I'm hoping that that's the case. I also feel like there's a lack of experience when it comes to the new regime. So I am optimistic, but of course there needs to be a lot of things addressed and reconstructed and so on. I have hope, but I certainly don't want to be asking for 2 invitations to go and play in a tournament and these type of things. So
I get you, but it's also interesting.
It's a different fight. It's a different fight.
I get basically. You, but it's also interesting. Sorry to cut you in.
Yeah.
That you talked about a revolution, because you see sometimes in revolution you have to cut off a couple of heads off. Like in the French Revolution, they cut off the heads of the monarchs. Then they had you guys. They cut the heads of 2. Then they cut the heads of 2. Sometimes you have to cut off like a series of heads. know, the guy you replace, you're unhappy about one guy, you cut their head off. You replace with this guy, you're unhappy with them, you cut their head off too. Don't stop cutting heads off. Cut the head off. And then the next guy, cut the heads off till you get to someone you're happy with. That's what I'm saying. Yes, cut the head off.
So it's interesting times, but of course, I mean, if you fast forward 2 years from now and it's the same scenario at the Olympiad, I will have the same stance as you. then basically I'm saying everything that you are saying. So you can call me more lenient or whatever the case is. But if the same scenario happens in the next Olympiad, I'm quitting as a chess player. I'm
don't quit.
gonna start playing chess or do coaching or something or whatever.
Please don't quit. Please don't quit. Because believe you me, if you say that on record, then you're gonna have to quit because it's possible that it's coming.
No.
Please don't quit. But what I'm trying to say is what you said, I'm happy with. That you say, okay, you want to give it till the next Olympiad, and if nothing happens in the next Olympiad,
no, not even the next Olympiad. Let's say the next essay closed. If there's no prize money at the next essay closed, then I'm done.
Okay. You stop.
I'm done. I'll first win the closed, and then I'll quit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. It's definitely very murky waters at the moment, and
absolutely.
I don't know. I think maybe in future we need to connect with more people. I don't know if we could ever get someone that has more information on this, possibly to tune in or whatever the case is. But to me, it seems like some speculation, some unclarity. Things are not clear at all, and I don't play chess like that, basically. And sometimes if you play too slow, then you miss the opportunity, but you can also fizzle out. So I'm not sure how the chess community needs to play this one. But I'm
an aggressive player.
We certainly enjoy your opinion, Watu. We always want to hear from you. I mean, I would say this is more to the viewers, to the neutral people out there, if you are watching. This is just us trying to discuss. And of course, we are chess players. We are passionate about it. And when you talk about valued opinions, I would put Watu's opinion quite high because the guy's been through everything. I mean, chess-wise, he's dedicated his life to the game. So whatever the case may be, you have to just take note of what he's saying. And evaluate yourself. Take from it what you may, and then find your own truth. So yeah. Do you have anything else on your mind, dear Watu? What is that? Are we still thinking about any nonsense?
No. I will now sort of stop here. But I just on a surprising note, which I found very interesting. I was reading on Facebook that our office, CHESSA office, they have failed to raise money for the close, but they are optimistically thinking about hosting an Olympiad in 20. I know. I like your reaction.
Nice.
When that was my reaction when I read, I thought, oh. Because if we cannot raise money for the closed and people paying for themselves to go to Olympiad, and then we come back and we boldly say that we are canvassing and talking to people to host an Olympiad, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will keenly keep an eye on
I don't know what you'd say to that.
Yeah, I'll start looking at options. But yeah, no. Look, I'm always on the optimistic side. I'm sure things can change drastically. You can be dead and still you can still recover.
So you think we've got good chances to host the Olympiad?
Let's not say good. Let's not say good, but let's not say impossible. Let's call it that. So
okay.
Let's.
I'm saying
maybe
impossible. That's what I'm saying. But
no, I mean not now. I mean, no, I don't know when the deadline was.
I'd be happy to be wrong.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Watu. Is that enough nonsense for today?
That's enough nonsense for today.
Okay, fantastic. Viewers, don't forget to press that subscribe button and do like and subscribe, share if you did so. So do like, and we'll see you for the next one. Cheers.